Hi, Beetle Eddie here. Today I want to speak about Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is my second favorite rock band. The Beatles, of course, being number one. So I think it's appropriate to speak about them. Uh, so if I had to pick like my top five rock bands of all time, I would say number one is the Beatles, number two, Led Zeppelin, number three, the Rolling Stones, in that order. Some people would say the Rolling Stones after the Beatles and then Zeppelin. I'm not going to say that. I like, if I'm going to have to listen to a band and their album, I'd rather listen to Led Zeppelin. Um, some say Led Zeppelin is the best, greatest band that ever lived, even better than the Beatles. I don't say that. The Beatles are the best. Most people would say the Beatles are the best. So I'm going to be that one of those people. The Beatles are the best. And everyone else is just secondary to them. But Led Zeppelin is second best. Then there's the Rolling Stones. That's number three. Um, Queen, maybe number four. It's so hard to pick the top five when there's so many great bands. Queen, the top four. And then, and even I'm not so sure who to pick for number five. Just off my head, I didn't think about it much. Who should it be? If I would have to pick right now, just say of the albums I used to play the most, uh, I would say Cream. Cream, number five. Okay, so anyway, today I want to rank Led Zeppelin studio albums. They made 8 studio albums, actually 9. The ninth album was made after Bonham's death. So I'm not going to put that in my ranking. Except I'm going to say, if I to put it in my ranking, it's going to be on the bottom. It will be on number 9. Okay. So my 8 album ranking. Number 8. In Through the Outdoor. Now, Led Zeppelin never made any bad albums. Every single album is great. But something has to be on the bottom. And In Through the Outdoor is a little weaker, in my opinion, than the other ones. At that time, Jimmy Page was starting to take some heroin, and he wasn't really playing as good as he should have been playing. So John Paul Jones did more of the keyboard stuff. It's more of a keyboard album than a electric guitar album. So that might have been one of the differences. But there's great songs on that album, and you have one of my favorite songs would be "Fool in the Rain." Very, very catchy tune. Very good song. And then there's All My Love, In the Evening. 3 top songs there. So the album starts with In the Evening. And then there's the Fool in the Rain. It's a great song. And All My Love. A lot of radio play for that. But I gotta put something on the bottom, so I'm gonna put that. That's number 8. Okay, number 7. This is a reason I put this number 7 is I don't play this much. But if I think that if I would start to play it more, especially if I would put my headphones on, lay in my bed, have a few beers, and start playing it more, it might even be my number 1 album. So number 7, I'd say Houses of the Holy. Now, there's a lot of good songs on it. You have Dia Maker, you have Dancing Days, Song Remains the Same, No Quarter, the Rain Song. The reason I said if I was like sitting play it more and more, I would like it more and more because the slow songs like No Quarter and the Rain Song, you have to like play that and be in the mood for it. Once you do that, you start playing it again and again, then it's gonna get to you, and it might even be the best album. But right now, it's my number 7. Number 6. Led Zeppelin 3. It's a great album, but I like the other ones better. Now, Led Zeppelin 3 has the Immigrant Song. It has Since I've Been Loving You. And then the whole second side is very acoustic. People like that. It's a little bit of different for Led Zeppelin because they're more acoustic. But songs like Gallows Pole and all that, it's great songs. But that's my number 3. Number 5, and a lot of people have this very low. But for me, it's one of my favorite Zeppelin albums. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. And it's a very heavy album. Very, very hard rock. Blew me away the first few times I played it. That's the album Presence. I remember when I was a young man, I was playing Presence. I had this stereo, very good stereo. It didn't cost me much. It cost me maybe $300, but the speakers were great. And when I played for Noah, the second song almost blew my head off. Very hot song for no one. Very hot song, but it has a Killer's Last Stand. But by the way, it's not my favorite Zeppelin song, but it's a great song. It has Nobody's Fault But Mine, which is a great song. It has For Your Love, which is a song I just mentioned. That blew my mind. That song blew my mind. They never did that song live until 2007 when they did that concert with John Bonham's son in England. Great song. Great album. Very, very hard album. Very, very hard rock. But for some reason, a lot of people put this very, very on the low side. I don't know why. To me, is one of their best. Okay, now, the next album, the debut album, Led Zeppelin. Great album. It starts Good Time, Bad Times. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. Dazed and Confused. It's a great album, but it's not to me, it's not their best. me, the next album's even better. Led Zeppelin 2. That's my next on my list. Led Zeppelin 2. Has Whole Lot of Love. It has Ramble On. It has Heartbreaker. Great rock album. You know, also when I was playing this album, when I had it, when I was a young man, in my great stereo, I was playing side one, you know, with A Whole Lot of Love and all that, and what, and I heard people in the street saying, "Play side two, play side two." I guess people like side two better, so I accommodated them. I played side two. Okay, so that's my next album on the list from worst to best. Now, there's only 2 albums left. And of course, if you're a big Led Zeppelin fan, you know what the albums are. I'm going to say my next album, number 2, would be their double album, Physical Graffiti. Great album. It has rock, it has blues, it has everything. Any album that has Kashmir, got to be a great album. It has Kashmir. It has Custard Pie. The Rover is a great song. I love The Rover. With the Wonton song. Trample Underfoot. In My Time of Dying. 10 Years Gone. Sick Again. Just a great album. The fact that it's double, it doesn't make it better that it's double. You know, the Beatles made the White Album. It has to be my favorite album. Not because it's double, because it's just a great album. And this is also a great album. Some people say, oh, if you made the White Album, just one album, and picked the best songs, it would be a better album than having a double album. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. The White Album is what it is. It's the White Album. Paul McCartney said, "It's the White Album." Shut up. You know, because he knows the White Album is great. Physical Graffiti is also a double album. I don't think they should have made it one album and left out songs. It's a great album. But that's my number 2. My number 1 album of all time for Led Zeppelin. Everyone knows what this is because it's the only album that's left. Led Zeppelin 4. Great album. Not only because it has Stairway to Heaven on it. Stairway to Heaven is a great song, and it's even though it's overplayed, it's still great. And it comes out to be like the best rock and roll song of all times when they're doing like 1,000 songs. The best top 1,000 songs. It's always like number 1. I don't know why. For like 20, 30 years. Because it's a great song. But beside Stairway to Heaven, you have Rock and Roll, which is overplayed, but it's a great song. You have Rock and Roll, you have Black Dog. Great song. That's not overplayed. That's a great song. You have Black Dog. You have Battle for Evermore. You have Misty Mountain Hop, which is one of my favorites of the Led Zeppelin songs. I can never get sick of that one. 4 Sticks, When the Levee Breaks. All great songs. You can't deny that this is probably their best album. Okay, so now I'm going to go to reiterate. Colder is on my bottom. Not even. I don't really consider that a Zeppelin album. I mean, it is, but it was released 2 years after Bottom was dead. Sorry, I put it that way. Bluntly, Bottom was dead. 2 years after Bottom died, after Bottom passed away. And it was basically throwaways. The songs they wrote, and they said they didn't want it for any albums. They saved it for this. They want to put out something for the fans, and they did. And people liked it, but it's got to be on the bottom anyway. So the 8 Led Zeppelin albums: number 8, In Through the Outdoor; number 7, Houses of the Holy; number 6, Led Zeppelin 3; number 5, Presence. See, I got it a little higher than most people do. Number 4, Led Zeppelin 1. Number 3, Led Zeppelin 2. Number 2, Physical Graffiti. And number 1, my favorite Led Zeppelin album, Led Zeppelin 4. So anyway, that's my Zeppelin ranking. I wish they got together for another concert. That would be nice. You know, even with Jason Bottom, you know, they did that one time in 2007, but they only did that in England. One show. Be nice if they could tour America. You know, come back. Jimmy Page hasn't really been doing anything in music lately. Robert Plant has his own thing. He's doing all right, but he has his own thing. I don't know what John Paul Jones is doing. And Jason Bottom is doing like a tribute band to Led Zeppelin. So, be nice if they all got together again. Not do a tribute band, but do a real band. Real Led Zeppelin, and do a couple of concerts. Maybe in the major cities in America. New York City, Los Angeles, other cities, Chicago. It doesn't have to be a gigantic tour, just like, like the major cities. But I like to see them play Madison Square Garden again. I unfortunately never saw them live. A lot of people did. I don't know why I never saw them live. The last time they did Madison Square Garden, I'm a New Yorker, was 1977. I wasn't really going to concerts much those years. Started going to concerts like 1980. And so I didn't see Zeppelin. I didn't see Wings. Wings Over America, they did in 76. It would have been nice if I would have seen Wings, and I would have seen Zeppelin. I would like, those times tickets were like $5. You could see Wings for $5, $10. Imagine seeing Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin, front row seat, $20. That would have been great. All right, didn't happen. At least I have their videos. Okay, I'm hoping they get together again. I know that you never know. All right, so that's it. Those are my rankings. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye.